and the code aligns with the GM, then Blueberry aligns with the GM, then Blueberry will guide the team, and Petro will wax steam. This is the dawning of the age of vengeance. When Alan is in the doghouse and the code aligns with the GM, then Blueberry will guide the team, and Petro will wax steam. This is the dawning of the age of vengeance. Age of vengeance. Everything and parade.
Game 5 Blue Note Fan Report! Aloha! Welcome to wherever you are. This is Game 5's pregame show. I am Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I am your host. As you can see, I am pumped up for this. Let's go. And let's see, E's here. Brayden, welcome. Ryan is here. Aaron says, let's go Blues. Tammy is here. Ryan, that is the best song ever, and you know it. No wonder the viewer. Yes, I probably do need a new song, but it was a fun one. Even Jeff liked it, and Jeff doesn't like anything. Jeff's Mikey. Give it to Mikey. He won't eat it. He hates everything. Let Jeff comment. Jeff won't put a nice comment. He hates everything. What the hell am I tripping on? The dancing is so good. Abort. Oh, Sammy Helms, let's go. Cale Makar for the You're the Dirtiest Good Player in the League award. Yes, that's what we're going to give Cale Makar. I don't like Makar. The song, I'm Glad Bennington is starting again. I am too, my friend. Give Husso some more. I think Husso's done, right? I really don't. I really do. Tammy Pemberton, Toby Steele, welcome to the Blue Note Fan Report, Toby. First time I think I've seen you. Welcome along to the show. I'm Guy to the Hawaii Blues fan, your host. Have some co-hosts coming up soon. We're going to talk about today's game and your comments. You guys are what makes this happen. Nathan saying, let's go Blues. Happy birthday to E. Guido. You're taking you're jumping off the gun. They're jumping the gun, man. Jeff Horseman says, let's go Blues. I'm not sure who this Facebook user is, but saying, hey, buddy, why are you so happy? Oh, yeah, Game 5. That's right. And all warmed up my moves. Keep singing. Yeah, your pipe. You think my pipes are bad. You should hear his pipes. And you should see him try and do the chicken dance. The dude's got, you think I have no rhythm? Hefner makes me look like a solid gold dancer. Right, and there's a reference for you, 80s childs. Who's all back for the Blues tonight? Okay, good question, Dale. So from what I have heard, they are more than likely going to go 11-7 again because Krug is still out, and with Krug being out, they're going to let Prunovich run the power play. Bortuzzo is back. Leddy is back. It looks like they're both ready to go. And and I'm really I'm ready for it, man. I think that it's going to be a strong, solid game. Okay, it's Devin. Okay, Devin, if you look on that post, that video, if you look at the top, where I put all the stuff, there might be something that says more, and if you click on that, see more, it'll open up and it'll tell you, I'm going live on StreamYard. Click here to let me see your name. You click there, then you come back and you're good to go. Right? It'll let you. It's real easy. A couple guys have done it before. They figured it out. I know you can, my friend. Leddy and Bortuzzo back. I think we'll be better. Well, I hope we're better. I hope we're better in taking care of the puck. Right? Husso stick a fork in him. I don't know if it's stick a fork in him, but I just don't think if you see him again in this series, we're in trouble. Right? We really are. Right? That's how I feel about it. E saying thank you very much. Yeah, E, we'll take care of you a little bit later, my friend. I'm waiting for Ashley. Hey, buddy, we are here. And you know what, Braden? I appreciate it, man. I appreciate anybody and everybody that comes and joins this show. Absolutely. If they go 12-6, Brown could be back in the lineup. I don't think they will. I think that the smart move here is the 11-7. And to go from there, that's what I kind of think. Well, I just heard a beep, and that beep is none other than, hey, Shali Slay, Jones,
Hey,
Mrs. Jones. Why are you joining me today? Hello, Ashley.
Hello.
As you can see, I'm in a semi-good mood.
I can.
Right?
You're singing.
Yeah, I was singing. We got some more singing to do here in a little bit.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do. We'll take care of that. I'm trying to catch up with my comments. And I want to address something. We'll address it here as we get comments caught up. Kind of sounds like Krug may be out for a minute. I think Krug's out for the year, to be honest.
I think so, too.
I think the only way Krug gets back in is if we get into deep in the finals.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't even think he'll be
to
back
the finals.
Then. I mean, knee on knee, that he's probably torn an ACL or an MCL, and he's going to need surgery. I just don't.
If he hasn't, then they need to get that surgery right away, not wait, because you're looking at having him out for half of next season.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost a year-long injury.
Yep.
Right. Benny's starting, but we haven't seen Husso for the last time. If we make it to round 2, Jason, I don't agree with that. Right. I'm of the way I feel right now. Mm-hmm. If Husso comes back, we're in trouble, right? And basically, if Husso comes back, it means we've lost 2 games. Well, we've lost another game, mm-hmm. right? And then you're going to let Husso close it out. I think Bennington closes this series out.
I do too.
He's obviously played well enough in this in the game that he came back. You got to give him this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a situation like it was against the Vancouver Canucks. We'll talk about that. Until next series, I don't think even next series I don't think he comes back unless we go down, 2-1 again.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean that's the only way, and it's two in a row with bad games, because right now I just don't see it. Husso didn't lose his confidence, right? Husso didn't lose his confidence. And I talked about this. If you look at him from January to February, his numbers are spectacular. Mm-hmm. But come from March to April, you look at those numbers, they shoot up. His overall numbers look good, but it's because his January and February numbers were so great, but they shot up. I mean, he was giving up 3 goals a game.
Yeah, he was.
He was a 900, 1 for 10, and giving up 3 goals a game. Well, that's not what we need. You're going to see odd man rushes. That's how you control the odd man rush, mm-hmm. right? And here's the difference. They had 3 odd man rushes against the Blues in the last game. They didn't score on any of them.
Jason, I'm going to address this. I don't think Husso got tired. I think that we went down to 5 defensemen and it wasn't ideal. We weren't playing our best hockey in front of him, but he also didn't come up with the saves that he wasn't supposed to have. So Bennington, his first game in, he was able to stop the odd man rush. So that earns him his spot to start tonight. And if he keeps winning, he ain't going to lose it.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm like so far behind on the comments. I'm going to miss a bunch, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
no, see, Wendy says it. Wendy says it. Teams figured him out. Absolutely. That's what I think happened. And this is where this is where the Lindgren thing comes in. Yeah, Lindgren's okay now, but sooner or later, teams are going to figure him out. It took teams an entire hockey season, 80-plus games, until they started getting any bit of a read on Bennington. It took them. Well, I don't know. What did he play last season? Like 20 games? 20 games. And then the 30, it took him 50 games to figure Husso out. That tells me something, right? That tells me a lot. I'm very concerned. Everyone who sits there, again, the surface, right? And you know what? If you don't understand what I talk about with the surface of things, that John Hamm is the exact example of a surface thing. Right? That all that stuff with John Hamm. Oh my goodness, John Hamm's in, Barbashev scores, and then how quick it spreads, right? I mean, it's like the freaking coronavirus. It spreads. People don't sit back and look at what it really is, and they just go, with what they hear. I like people because I look at and I don't mean this as a knock on anybody. I just look at things deeper, right? And I don't mean that. I don't mean a knock on anybody. Please don't take it as a knock. I just like to see things deeper. I like playing chess, not checkers. Does that make sense?
It does.
Right.
Except I enjoy checkers, not chess, but.
Well, I mean, again, the majority, and again, I don't mean anything about this. How many people really know how to play chess, right? And again, of those people that know how to play chess, how many really know how to play chess, right? Because there's a lot different. There's a lot bigger difference between knowing how to move pieces and knowing the strategy behind it. And I'm learning that. I used to think that I was a pretty good chess player. Man, this game that I've got's got me bamboozled most times. I can't figure out like simple things, right? So it does. It takes. You have to dig deeper into things. No, Tammy. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want it misunderstood. What I'm trying to say is, there's things like that just spread, and they spread very quickly. And it's a thing with our society. We hear something and we gravitate to it, so it spreads. It spreads, and it spreads very rapidly, and there's no fact checking on it, right? If you fact check things, and that's what I like to do, fact check things, you stop it. And that's what I was getting at. So please don't take it the wrong way. And if it did offend you, I do apologize, right? Let's get into the business of the day. Where are you at, E? Let us be known. Let yourself be known, E. We're waiting on E.
Yep.
If anything sells under pressure, seems he enjoys the pressure like he needs it to play at top form. That again, that's one of those things that I think is a misnomer, right? That's a surface thing. It's not the pressure. He's just one of those guys that he's very cool, he's very calm, but at the same time, he's not. The only thing filthy about Cale Makar is Cale Makar because he hasn't showered in a month.
Hey, be nice. He is probably one of the best defensemen by the time he retires. That was a very phenomenal goal, even though I am not.
As long as he's on the Avalanche and everyone, and and the Avalanche's 9 true fans think that he's the greatest thing in the world, I'm going to dish on him.
Well, I mean, he is talented, so I'm not going to take. I don't like the Avs, don't get me wrong, but Cale Makar is talented. I'm not going to take that from him.
Okay, E, I just needed to make sure that you were commenting and you heard this. First of all, buddy, I got to say this. There's a lot that happens behind the scenes of this show that you people may or may not know.
Mm-hmm.
This show does not get put on. This show would have no longer existed if it was not for E. Guido.
Yep.
If it was not for E, there would be no Blue Note Fan Report anymore. I have gone through some very serious times where I was absolutely ready to quit. And I, the Fan Report Media Group is almost non-existent, with the exception of E, because E does everything he can to lift it up. Hi, Leia. Leia. See, that's one of the things. We'll talk about that later.
Star Wars.
I know,
Think
it's
of
not
Star
that.
Wars.
It's not that. It's like me with idea and ideal.
Mm-hmm.
They're the same word to me. So Leia and Leia are the same word to me. I know they're different names, but to me, they're not. It's just like Miss, Mrs., and Ms. It's one word to me. There's no separation to them. So that's the thing. But back to what I was saying about E. If it was not for E, we wouldn't have a show. And I want E to hear that from my lips on the show, and for you guys to hear it, because this is all because of E. And today is E's birthday, right? And we do something for when it's somebody's birthday, especially our bigger fans. And we're doing it for E. So get ready and take your ears off if you want. But here you go, E. This is for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear E. Happy birthday to you.
I let Guy finish that one.
Hey, that was actually pretty good. Right?
I usually
Brad
don't
saying
sing,
happy
so feel
birthday.
special, dude.
Right? No, I do. I do hope he felt special with that, man. And Kevin, your ears can take it. I just wanted E to know that, right? Amber would still take a dookie in his bed. I have no clue what that is.
I think that he was referring to Cal McCarr.
Oh man, I love Vince, I really do. But I see like Wendy and Ian are guys that I can deal with, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they come on, they love their team and they'll talk about their team, but they'll also talk about your team too. And Wendy will say good things about the Blues,
very subtly, but yes.
Yes, but Vince comes on and it's instant. What do you call it? Trolling. So I troll back.
I mean, yeah, he's okay with it. He keeps coming back for more.
Yep. See that. This is my day job, so maybe I'm in trouble. You know what, Brad? This is one of them that you should stay up for tonight, right? I really do. If you're watching the game, Brad, you got to stay up for this one, because this is when it comes down to it.
Oh yes, Stephen, and we love it when you do.
Yes, we do. He's actually feeling better, and he started to sing a little bit more, right? Oh, well, I understand that, Brad. I really do, my friend. Oh, excuse me.
You're fine.
Game 5. First of all, this is the second time in the history of the NHL in 100+ years that there are 4 Game 5s on the same night. Right? That's just wow. And to be honest, I thought most series were going to hit that 2-2 mark. I really did. I could have seen all 8 of them. Yes, Roar's playing. And by the way, congratulations to Ryan O'Reilly. He has now 2 sons and a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Don't know a name yet. They've kind of kept that under wraps. You gotta love the people on Southwest, right? First of all, it gets me that he takes a Southwest flight to Minnesota, right? And I get it. It might have been the only one or something like that. But when it comes down to it, a guy like that really needs to be in first class, limited. But, he took Southwest and, he was actually, from what I've heard, people on the plane, they were very nice. They left him alone, but he was able to he did answer questions. He did take some pictures, right? But they did let him off the plane first.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I give it to them. There was, no, unfortunately she's not. She's playing grandma. That was her 10th grandkid.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, that woman looks young.
Yes, she sure does.
10 grandkids. Wow.
I hope so, Tammy, but usually there's this issue whenever somebody has a newborn baby, they start kind of slacking.
Remember the finals with Tarasenko?
Mm-hmm.
Game 6? I mean, his wife had the baby just before Game 6, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
And he did not have a good Game 6.
Yep.
Well, you know what? We got to get that recorded so we can put that on and add that to a little bit of
Let's Go Blues.
Let's Go Blues.
Look, I talk about. She tries to deny it, but there's that look.
I love that.
To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
I can't wait to get Chase in there.
Yeah.
Little Chaser.
What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo. And I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues!
All right, so we got to get Deacon in there when possible.
I think it's Declan.
Declan, yeah, I see that. I'm just so bad with names like that. Like I said, and I don't mean anything about it, Leia, and all. It's just, to me, it's one word. I can't, like.
Layla has 2 L's. Leia has 1.
Yeah, well, again, I'm horrible at spelling. So if you're horrible at spelling, you're very horrible at pronunciation. So the words like that just make it even worse for you. Well, it's actually a lot of hockey players have babies at the playoffs, and if you figure it out, go back 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
Go back 9 months. Where are you at? You're at the end of last season.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, that's what it comes down to. You're at the end of last season, right? I'm surprised nobody had a Stanley Cup baby. At least that we know of. I think one of them may have. I think Barbie did.
I don't think so. I thought that the littlest one was Tarasenko's.
Well, no, Tarasenko's was born during the Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about someone having a baby 9 months, within 9 months of the Cup. Just short 9 to 10 months of the Cup.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was talking about.
Hold on
the
just
NFL.
a second. Leia's bleeding. I gotta get a scrape.
Okay.
Right back.
No problem. The NFL even did a commercial on Super Bowl babies. So, nauseous. Yeah, they put him in the cup, Kevin. You're right. He had his baby between games 5 and 6, if I remember right. Right? Between games 5 and 6. Right? And I want to look at, I don't know if you can find this, but I'm pretty sure that Barbashev's wife had that baby right at that 9 to 10 month mark after the Cup. Maybe a little later, but that he may have been the one that had the Cup baby. Right? I'm not completely sure. Okay, let's get into tonight's game. Let's look at some of the numbers and the matchups and things like that for tonight's game. So we know the series is tied 2-2. Bennington's going to be in. He's got a GAA of 2.0, obviously, and a save percentage of .933. Marc-Andre Fleury has played 4 games. He's 2-2 with a .276 and a .914. Bennington was great in the last game. He needs to be good in this game. When it comes to points, let's see here. For the Wild, Thrill the Thrill is leading with 6 points. Eriksson Ek is behind, and Hartman are behind them with 5. Ek has 3 goals to go with his 5 points. Kasparov, right?
Kaprizov.
Yeah. See, I see it, and a KAP is cap. I don't see it as soft. I just don't see it that way. And you would think I was living in Japan. Japan are 2 syllables, so so that's why I kill that. I see it so differently than what it is.
I just try and remember like Capri Sun.
Yeah, maybe that'll work for me. Baldwin, Zuccarello have 2 points. Or no, pardon me, 3 points. A couple guys got 2, some got 1. Over on the blue side, David Perron leads everyone in this series with 7 points, 5 goals, and 2 assists. Right behind him is the new dad, or the third-time new dad, Ryan O'Reilly with 6 points, split evenly, 3 goals, 3 assists. Kairu's got 3 assists from 3 points. Tereshchenko has a goal and assist for 2 points, along with Robert Thomas, Colton Parego, Justin Falk, and Pavel Bushnevich. With that being said, tonight is the night that the Vesna line needs to create an assault. That line needs to really, now they're back together. They're solid. I think that line needs to push forward. I mean, and I can't see breaking that line up. I didn't think they played bad.
I didn't think they played bad either. I don't think that they're going to split them up.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen lineups yet, so we don't know. Right? Shutting down Kaprizov is huge for the rest of the season. The rest of the series, yes and no. I mean, did he get a goal in the last game? I think, right? And you still won it, so it's not just it's Eric Shanek. You got to shut that down.
I mean, certain players are going to get their goals. We were lucky to get a shutout in game 1. You're probably not going to shut him down, but you need to keep him on the outside. He's not as deadly on the outside, and you're going to limit his ability to score.
Lance is okay. So we had a discussion. Me, Ashley, and me and Lance had a discussion after Game 5 Sunday. And we it was brought to my attention that with having 4 or 5 guests, especially during intermissions, somebody gets left out or someone just sits there and stares. So we're going to start limiting guests during shows to, the 2 main are me and Ashley, right? I don't want Ash to go away. She keeps me grounded. She helps me out when she's not here. And if I can get another guest, but I'm going to try and limit guests. Now, I did offer Ian to come in, but I think he said he had something he was doing today with his work, so he might be in later. But the post game though, since we go an hour,
she's fine. She just scraped her elbow, and then she ripped off the Band-Aid I put on, so she's just a little sad.
Yeah. I used to rip Band-Aids off, so they started putting glue on it.
No, I'm not going to glue it. It's fine. Yeah. It's done bleeding.
Yeah. You know what my grandfather used to tell me if something hurts? Take a hammer and whack your hand and then see what hurts.
Well, you see, with the autism, I can't really get away with that. She's actually somebody that will bang their head against the floor or the wall or bite herself.
Yeah.
I don't give her any more ideas.
And I think I'm making a joke.
I know.
No, Lance is fine. We just had to,
It's also Tuesday, and he has things that go on Tuesdays anyway.
That's right.
He might be here for post game.
Yeah. So we're going to kind of to back off. So they're going right now. They're showing 38 minutes to puck drop. Right. So we're looking right at that mark. So we're at a good spot. Pinch the nerve between your thumb and forehead. Nah.
She's 5 years old. She ain't gonna do that.
Right. So we're just gonna try. We're gonna try and limit stuff. Now, the one thing that we would like to talk about is the draft lottery. Right. I've already heard it's rigged. Right. That's the Navy. Oh, you chopped off your finger? Take 2 Motrin. Call me in the morning.
Actually, no, that's a quote from a movie. I forgot what it's called though. But I mean, another quote from it is, "I fart in your general direction," but I forget what it's called.
Oh my goodness. Yes, Montreal won the draft lottery, but the surprise of the draft lottery was New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Jersey jumped up about 4 spots and got into the number 2 spot. Here's an issue with the draft lottery. I like the draft lottery, but since you're only picking 2 numbers, and that's it, 2 numbers, you need to do it live like they did in 20. I love 20, right? I loved in 20 when they did it live and during the bubble. Remember the bubble? They did it all live, showed the newspaper with the date, the New York Times with the date and all of that. And I get it, Chris, and I appreciate it. But like I said, it's gotten to the point now where we absolutely have to limit guests, and I don't mean it because trust me, I got guys that want to come on this show. And it's not me. I hope you understand that it's not me why they want to come on this show. Right? You've talked to Maddie a lot, right?
Oh yeah,
Why
I adore
does
Maddie.
So it's not coming from me. I don't want it to come. I want you to tell people why Maddie loves coming on this show so much.
Because he enjoys interacting with everyone in this chat. Everybody's so nice. These guests love interacting with you, the watchers. They want that interaction. It's great.
It's exactly why these guys want to come on, because they know they go on other shows and they get no questions. They know that you guys are going to ask them very intelligent, very interesting questions that make them think, right? That make them think. Well, it hasn't involved the Blues for 3 years, since 2018. In 17-18, it involved the Blues. So, and we ended up getting nothing out of it. Sure as hell wasn't me. It's all of you, right? I love Matty and his nighttime drives. So it is. And then Matt Lowe saying the bottom 16 teams, go through the lottery. I think I would like it to be a pure lottery, right? I honestly would. I would like to have them place 100 balls in there. No problem. I heard it. Oops. Okay, there we go. I took the comments away. I would like to see him place 100 balls in there, do it live, and just start picking them. And until all 16 spots are picked, you keep pulling, right? But they made so many rules out of the draft lottery. Is not really a lottery. You can't go from any lower than 10 to number 1. Well, why not? Why not? They all get a chance. They just don't get an equal chance. Is that what you're saying, Mary, that they should all get an equal chance? That I disagree. Well, that would end the tanking because it wouldn't matter, right? I mean, it would absolutely end the tanking. Put 16 balls in there and pull out the top 2, right? I mean, that would definitely end the tanking. The only problem with that, and I brought this up. I brought this up in 20 when they did the supplemental lottery and they used the logos of the teams. I'm wondering if because the logo, when you think of a ping pong ball, how light a ping pong ball is, right? And then when you add that sticker or that logo to it, that logo weighs something. And the logos aren't the same size. The ink's not the same ink. The weight could have definitely changed of different balls. The Rangers logo, the Rangers ball got dropped. That's why I was not surprised that the Rangers ball got pulled, right? So that was that on there. Yeah, she's got to deal with Leia for a second, and I'm going to get it right sooner or later. People would be outraged if it didn't get number 1, but I'm not sure what you're saying there, Ryan. When they went to the lottery, though, that was their solution for tank. Oh, but it doesn't end tanking, right? I mean, everyone thinks it does, but it doesn't. It doesn't end tanking. You want to end tanking? You do what? Michael says, I lost 250 million was because of the weight. Talking about lottery picks. Okay. When did Tampa get the number one as a good team? I don't remember that.
I don't either.
The Blues have not been in the lot. Actually, the Blues have only had their lottery number picked once.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that was the year that they had it wasn't the first year of the lottery, but it was pretty close to. Actually, it might have been.
I think it was the first year.
I don't know if it was the first year or that, but I think I got to look at that. I don't know if it was the first year of the lottery, but it had to be pretty close to it. Actually, it might have been the second year because they started the lottery in 2005 and we got it in 2006.
Okay.
So it might have been the second year. When did the lottery start? Did it start in 2005 after did it using the 2003 teams? Did it start then? Or did it actually were the Blues the first one to ever get to win the lottery? I'm not sure. If everybody had an equal chance in the lottery, people would be really upset if Tampa won the first pick over a team that hasn't done very well. Well, you know what? Again, don't trade your first round. Again, here's the thing. Now it makes it harder to trade that first round pick away.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh, it started in the 90s. Okay. I don't know. I didn't think it started that early.
No, I didn't either. I thought it was 2000s.
It might have started.
I mean,
in the
Wendy
late 90s.
probably is right.
Sammy asked a pretty good question. Do you think that our defense is beat up to win this series? Too beat up to win this series? I don't.
I don't either.
Right? I don't at all, right? I don't think we wasted that on Johnson. I don't think Johnson was a bad first round pick, right? A number one overall pick. At the time, he wasn't. Look at how serviceable he's been. Think if he doesn't hurt his knee in that golf course, what he could have been.
Exactly.
Right? Say again?
Exactly. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, if he doesn't hurt his knee, and you think how good he's been or how serviceable he's been, he doesn't hurt his knee in that. Well, you say that, but who was it? Taze was in that draft class. Taze has 3 rings, right? That was the 2006. In that first round, there were some. Marshawn was in that draft class. He was a 3rd round pick.
Wendy is correct. From 95 to 2012, it was a little stricter rules on the draft, but it was still implemented in 95.
Okay. I kind of remember that now. Mm-hmm. So here was, this is the first round picks. Oh, wow, man. This is the first round picks from that draft. Eric Johnson was number 1 overall to St. Louis. Pittsburgh got Jordan Stahl. Chicago got Jonathan Taze. Washington got Nicholas Backstrom. Boston got Phil Kessel. The first 5 picks are all still playing. Mm-hmm. I think they're all still playing. Right? Columbus got Derek Brassard. I don't think he's in the league anymore. Right? No, actually he's still playing. Kyle Pesco went to the Islanders. He's still playing. Peter Mueller from Phoenix is the only one. He only lasted the 2012-2013. He's the first one of you got to go. So the first 7 picks are still in the league. Right? Then you had James Shepard from Minnesota. Michael Frolic from Florida. He's still playing. Jonathan Benner from Los Angeles, he's still playing. Brian Little just got out not too long ago. Jari Thursey got last season was 15-16. Michael Gabner, I think he retired in 1920. Riku Helikis, I can't say that name, in 09. Ty Whistlet in 11-12. Trevor Lewis still playing up to this point. Chris Stewart, I remember Chris Stewart. He stopped in 20. And then you get 2 guys that never played in the league from Anaheim and Montreal. David Fisher and Mark Nieta, I think is the name. But, I mean, that's the first round. There's right now in the first round, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 out of the 30 teams, 12 out of the 30 first round picks are still playing in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, one of them is in our series, Nick Foligno.
Mm-hmm.
He's in our series, right?
Yep.
He was the 28th pick by Ottawa.
Oh, wait, no. I'm not sure if it's Nick. I think that's the one that's in Boston. There's two Folignos. One's the brother.
Yes, Nick is with Boston.
Yeah, so his brother's who's in this series.
Yeah, okay. Right, so that's where we... Ooh. You guys enjoy that talk there? That was it. That was pretty entertaining, I think.
Yeah, and yes, Ryan, if it keeps her from screaming, she can watch Cocomelon.
Let her watch Pokemon, huh?
No,
he was...
Cocomelon.
I'm not sure where that... St. Louis could have had 2 Hall of Famers, Tays and Backstrom. Could have, but then again, you're projecting. And where did those guys project? Right? Would Backstrom be as good on another team than he has been with Ovechkin? Right? Tays, would Tays be as good somewhere else without Kane? Right? I mean, there's questions like that. You got to wonder sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I don't mind all teams being... here's the thing. I love this. And Jason, don't take this the wrong way. You just made a really good comment about the NHL wanting all teams even. And basically trying complaining about it. However, how many times you hear, oh, those teams suck. Why are they even in the league? Look at what was said about Phoenix this year. Look what was said about Montreal this year. Look what was said about Buffalo in recent years. Oh, those teams are so bad. They suck so bad. They suck so bad. You don't like the sucky teams. Yeah, you complain about the league wanting them to be even.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Am I wrong there, Ash?
No, you're not.
Right? I know, I'm a jackass, guys. Andrew, my son is due to be born June 24th. When is the Cup? Cup's in July.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's like the beginning of July, or the end of June, beginning of July. Somewhere around there. Benner's wearing his Darth Vader pads again. Oh, I could put that on. Let me see if Mr. Bally is going to be nice today, or do I have to play the Bally jumping game? Borts has a shiner. Well, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me one bit that Bortuzzo has a shiner.
Yeah, he's a warrior.
Yeah. Oh, no jumping game. Let me see. Darth Vader pads. I'm trying to catch up, guys. I really am. Oh, Marcus is with Marcus. Okay. Hey, I tried, guys. Right? You got me. I wasn't sure. Trying to pop it off the top of my head. Guy, I love when you do that
whining voice.
Oh, I've been told not to do that voice. Why are those pads called Darth Vader pads? They are just blue. They are blue and yellow. I honestly don't know. I haven't seen them. I'm not sure. So I don't know, bud. Get this Boston game over so I can watch on time. I hope so, Andrew. It looks like it's running. It might run a little. Now they don't start until about 45, 48, somewhere around there. 9:45, 8:45 St. Louis time. Excuse me. Ryan says his son's birthday is June 24th. We're saying congrats to Andrew because they're dark. Because they are darker. That's it. Okay, good enough point. Calling that. Corey Crawford had true Darth Vader pads. He was black and red pads, right? I don't know if Darth Vader had any red other than on his box, right? I think that's the only place he had red, right?
I'm
gonna kind of say again.
I'm gonna double check, but I don't think so either.
I think that's the only place he had red.
Yep, his buttons. That was it.
Buttons, yeah.
And and his lightsaber, but
yeah. Eye lenses. I don't know if his eye lenses were. I know his buttons were.
No, his eye lenses were black.
Black, yeah. Right.
His nose was silver.
Yeah. Well, that is until you get into the new Star Wars ones where it's all melted away and it's actually completely black.
Yeah. Trying to hide Leia.
She's fine. Why was she not dressed again? Okay,
She
yeah.
does that from now.
Huh?
Yep, that's why I'm trying to hide her.
Yeah, let's not get me
Okay, she's
in
going the other
trouble
way.
with the FCC or the YouTube CC or whatever that is. Tell the oldest one she's got to keep her off of it.
Yeah, I keep telling her that. She's crabby.
Yep.
Just keep Leia out of here when she's not wearing any clothes.
No whispering. There we go. They just had Justin Falk on the pregame show. Hurricane stomping the Bruins. Yeah. And the last I looked, it was 2-0. Tampa over Toronto, though that could be different now. Again, let me look. I have so many things going on here. Sometimes I'm not sure. Yeah, I gotta. Let me see. I'm lost here. Kevin, I'll send you a message here after the game today and talk to you a little bit about what I know. And he'll know what that's about. Oh, it's 2-1 after 40 minutes of play. There we go. Hurricanes are up 4-0 over the Bruins, and for me, I think the Bruins are done after this.
No,
Right.
they'll only be down 3-2 in the series, so I think they got enough oomph in them.
Somebody's happy Ashley's back. I don't know who that is. Let me see. So Ashley, what is your expectations for tonight? What are you looking for? What is the thing that you're going to be looking for more than anything else?
I'm going to be looking for the Blues to start out, getting pressure, not to stand back and wait to see what the Wild's going to do. Just have momentum, cycle the puck, own the neutral zone.
Right. Jeff Horseman saying 2-1. Tammy saying 2-1. Michael Edwards says Blues 4-1. Check DMs real quick. Okay. I have, let's see where you're at there, Wendy. I guess his eye lenses were kind of red. They had a black slit.
Nope, they're totally black. I have a child named Leia. I can't see that, buddy. It's not making it out. You'll have to send it to me, but that's just one picture. That's not the movie.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'm trying there. Hey, doing what I can.
I know, buddy.
Let's see. Chris Shockey, puck control. Yeah, that's going to be important tonight. Devin figured it out. See, I can see your name now, Devin. 5-3. Nashville can't even get their own fans to games. I don't want to talk about Nashville. Another 18 or so shots in the first will help. Actually, I'm not as big of a guy on shots as everybody else is. I don't want you to only take. No, I'm not going to clean the screen on my phone. And actually what it is, I got the screen protector and I dropped it so it's slightly cracked. So it's not how dirty my phone is. It's that the screen protector is kind of messed up. That's what that is. Right? I will forward those later there, bud. I only seen one picture, but you got to love people that get me. Devin says shots on goal is overrated. I kind of think so too. One from New Hope and Rogue One.
New Hope, his eyes were black. The only one that featured red eyes was the Rogue One.
Yeah.
And that's
you might be right.
After, so it doesn't count, in my opinion. It doesn't count.
Oh, God, Ryan loves me so much. Excuses. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got one and no one wants to hear from it. First two games were won by the teams with the less shots. They were also won by the team that scored first.
Mm-hmm.
All three games.
All four.
All four games have been won by the team that scored first. So that is something to take into consideration. It is very important to get on that board first. And that's the thing that's amazing about it. You know, for the most part, this series has followed the regular season. Mm-hmm. It really has. Okay, so they're going 12 and 6. Putting Brown with Torpachenko and Bozak. I don't know how much
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I am too. My first year as a season ticket holder, listening to Stillman, was they are looking for the right angles for their shots. Yeah, but you know what? There's a little difference there. Guy, did you grow your hair out like Maroon? Or are you in the business front and party in the back? I'm more a little business in the front, party in the back. I also don't feel like paying the money I normally pay for a haircut right now.
I always do what Brandy does and just buzz it.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm done with that. You know, I wore what's known as a flat top from the time I was 13 years old till the time I was about 24. And I finally got to the point where I was tired of the shaved head.
Yeah.
Right? I just wasn't going to do it anymore. And I have not, I've had, you know, longer hair, even in my military career. Like, I mean, I used to get the ID pulled out. Well, now they're showing brown out. So
I think they're going 11 and 7.
7, yeah, because that's what they're showing here. They're showing 11 and 7. Looks like they're seeing 11. But, you know, okay, John, you know, again, that's not our game. That's not our game. If they go out and do that again, we're going to lose.
Yep.
When they go out there and bang, 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 we're going to lose. Right? They don't need to do that. They need to control the puck, play their game, get on the cycle, because it opens up. You know, Minnesota, remember Ian would say this, Minnesota does not cover the cycle well. Mm-hmm. That's what they were worried about, right? The Blues are pretty good at covering the cycle, but Minnesota's also very good on the cycle too. But they don't cover it well. Right? So forget what the Wild do. Let's show them what the Blues will do right off the bat. I hope so, Aaron. They need to. It's the first 10 minutes of this game are so important. It's not even funny. Right? I tried going out after I got out, but it didn't feel right. I actually got mine after I got out. I have a picture, and it was on my Facebook. My hair is down like past my shoulders. Right? And then I got it cut one time, and I'm not sure how they cut it, but it's never grown back at the same length or the same speed as when I got it cut that time. Because this is I got it cut before I went to St. Louis, or before I went on my trip in July, I think. So I'm looking at, 9 months, and, in 9 months, it should be a lot longer than this. Right? Do we think who wins this game wins the series? I do. I really do. Well, it depends. I guess I need to change that a little bit. I think it depends on how they win the game. Right? If it's a real tight game, yeah, I could see either team coming back in game 6. If one of the teams does what's happened so far is somewhat of a blowout, then I don't see the other teams coming back. Right? This is getting Fleury's head. Right? So they are going 7.
Yep. With me, I mean, I'm a homer. I'm a total homer. So no matter what, I think the Blues are winning. So if the Blues win today, yes, I think whoever wins today wins the series. If Minnesota wins, then I'm going to say no, the Blues are going to pull out the last 2.
I mean, it's all going to just come down to getting that puck. I mean, you look at the goals they scored. They got pucks around the net. They move pucks around the net. They had pucks going back and forth, and those are the things. No, it does not grow back the same in the 50s.
I was laughing at the one above that.
Oh, idiot. Wendy wants Flower to get. So if Flower gets 4 wins in the playoffs and they get to the Western Conference Finals, then the Wild have to give up their number 1 pick to the Hawks, and it's the only way the Hawks get a number 1 pick.
Oh, then we've got to really just pepper Flower. We don't want Minnesota to give up that pick.
Absolutely, we don't.
We'd be helping them out for next season, so we got to beat them.
Yeah, we want them good. So, yeah. Right. Well, I had longish hair. So in the military, and this is, and I can't believe I still remember this crap. The length of your hair can be no longer than the length of this, right? And this is an ID card. Well, actually, when I was in, the original ID card was a little bit longer than this. Like it wouldn't fit in a wallet, right? It wouldn't fit in a wallet. That's why guys lost them. But your hair, the length of it couldn't be longer than this. And I'd had this pulled out on me more than once, like pulling my hair and putting an ID card to see if it was longer than that, and me being forced to go get a haircut. So, yeah. Let's see if anybody else remembers that. How do we manage goalie if we make it to the next round? For me, goalies are going to manage themselves, Andrew. Right? I mean, it's a great question.
Yeah.
Right? Great question. But for me, goalies are going to manage themselves. I don't think we need to manage them.
No.
Right now, Benner has managed this. Right? Well, my hair, trust me, when I was in the Navy, my hair wasn't even close to this. I am definitely out of standards. I could not put my uniform on right now and walk out the house. Right? I couldn't put my uniform on now if I wanted to. I got a little too much girth there. I think my last uniform, I was 205. And the heaviest I got in service was 210 or 215. I think I got up to 215 once. And that was like the edge for my height weight where I'd have to get measured. So, no problem, man. No problem. Hopefully, today you're open. Today's your show, bud. Puck drop is probably going to be 8:45 Central, 9:45-ish. We're still looking at about 20 minutes or so. So Ian's on his way home. Ian, turn around. Go back to work. You're not allowed to watch the game. He doesn't watch the game, we win.
Yeah, Ian. Or, hey, you really got to go to the grocery store.
Yep, go to the grocery store.
You don't know what you're going to get, so you're going to be walking around forever, but go to the grocery store.
Yeah, joined at 1:19, got out at 1:56. I actually have a funny story for that, right? I'm not even going to go there, Andrew, right? I mean, it's too hard. For me, it's got to stay right at this game, and I'm not even predicting this game, right? I'm saying that the first period, the Blues have to take the crowd out of this, right? Like they did in game 1. They took the crowd out of that game and Minnesota could not get back in, right? Take the crowd out and the team's not getting back in, right? And I think you can take the crowd out. Now, St. Louis, Boston or Minnesota tried to take the crowd out by tying that game up. And that's the only time other than 0-0 that the teams have been tied, and it didn't work. So, I don't know what that is there.
Oh, it's a song.
Somebody using my account.
That's me in the chat here.
Oh, okay. BEERRUN.
Beer run. Telling Ian to go on a beer run.
Oh, beer run. Okay. Oh, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? I'm not sure. Oh no. So when I got in the Navy, I'm probably Shockey. I was 6 foot already when I went in the Navy. I was 6 foot and I weighed 144 pounds. Right? Shockey talks about being 119. Shockey's a little shorter than me. They got me on the scale and I got on there and they look at the height weight thing and they looked at me again, and then I told them, get off the scale. They checked it, got back on it, and they said, you're 15 pounds underweight. Right? I said, okay, what does that mean? I had to do, and you talk about someone who got sick. I had to do double rations every day. Every day I had to do double rations, and it was, and then you're running, you're moving. Oh man, I threw up so much. I would get yelled at for throwing up. No, I just had to look at what I had to eat, and now you're, oh my goodness. Well, then you probably, Kevin probably would have been, Kevin would have been right in that area that I was. Kevin would have been right in that area that I was, but I like having Leddy back. I like having Bortuzzo back. I just hope that they're effective, right? Sometimes these guys come back that first game, they're not effective, and if they're not effective, we're in trouble.
I don't think we're going to be in trouble. I think that if we would have rushed them back to have them back in game 4, we would have, but they took their time. I think, especially with Leddy, he's going to be all right.
Yeah. No, the only thing that saved me in boot camp was I knew the 16 count manual of arms before we went to boot camp, and I taught my entire company how to do the 16 count manual at arms. That saved me. That saved me from going to the galley. That saved me from being in junk positions. That really saved me was that I knew that because I had done it before. Definitely saved me. And no, I could not. I'd have to see it again to do it again, but I don't remember it. I mean, I haven't done it since 1987. That's the only time you ever do it.
Yep, right? Going on 30 years, buddy.
Past 30.
Oh yeah, shoot! Don't remind me.
How about pushing 40?
Hey, right? No, we're not saying that. 35-ish, 34.
All right. I appreciate that, Andrew. Thank you so much. Some people think I bring it out too much, but you know, it is what it is. It's who I am. Shockey says a good PK would go a long way. I'm not saying get a penalty though. Actually, I wouldn't mind them if they can establish the penalty kill early, like get a penalty and establish it early. It will actually, and I'll tell you what, that's what changed game 4, right? They got the Wild got that penalty. Could not establish, well, they sort of established a penalty kill, but you give up 7 shots on 4-minute penalty. That's not establishing a penalty kill in my eyes. And that changed the complex of the game. Now, if they would have given up 3 shots in 4 minutes, then you're establishing your penalty kill. I think as long as they can, if they get an early penalty and they can establish the penalty kill, it's their game. And I think it was game 2 where they didn't establish the penalty kill and they got 2 quick power play goals before they got the penalty kill established, and it hurt them.
Yeah, I'm with you, Andrew.
I disagree with that.
I mean, I'm not worried if we have to, but I'm not condoning doing it on, just to establish the penalty kill. Obviously,
well, no, it's not to establish. It's the fact that your penalty kill is that good that you're not worried about taking the penalty. Right?
Yeah, I still don't condone that.
Right? It's when your team is that good on the penalty kill, and there's only a few teams that are really, really good on the penalty kill, and it's not just the penalty, it's the net penalty kill, right? Where you're adding the 7 or 8 shorthanded goals to the penalty kill. That changes the complexity of the penalty kill. Right now, I don't think anybody scored a shorthanded goal in this series.
No, they haven't.
Right, so that's one area. No one scored a shorthanded goal in this series. No one's allowed. No one scored. But when you look at this, St. Louis overall, the Blues are 5th in power play of the 16 teams, right at 27.8. Minnesota, right where we expect them to be, they're 11th at 11.8. They're 2 for 17. 2 for 17. Their only 2 are at home. They're 2-9 at home. They're 0-8 on the road. Right? The Blues are 5 for 18. They've scored 2 at home and 3 on the road. Right? So establish your penalty kill and get on it on the power play. Right? Make the power play work. The The Blues have a total of 48 minutes of penalties, 12 minutes for fifth in the NHL, where the Wild have 60 penalty minutes for a 15 average and ninth of the 16 teams. So we're right where, I mean, other than 5-on-5 is the biggest fight. That's where we're hurting. 5-on-5, if you can establish 5-on-5 and get that closer, because right now they have 9-5, they're +3. We're -3, right? Where on the power play are 5-on-4, we're +4, right? If you can get that established, you're going to do something. And that's what I think. That's where it is. I think that you need to establish your special teams, because I said it all along, and I still believe this. This series is a special team series, right? And we've seen that for most games. We've seen that, right? We've seen it that has become a special teams. And you look at, you want to know why Minnesota didn't? Minnesota is down or is tied 2-2, coming back after they were up 2-1. Didn't score on the power play, right? Didn't score on the power play. Gave up a power play goal. Right? They did not score a power play goal in St. Louis. You know,
Nope.
and I think that's got a lot to do with it.
But the Blues have scored at least one power play goal in every game.
Yes, they have. And then the other thing that this stat, they're the only team, I'm pretty sure they're the only team this season that has not been shut out. I think there might be one other team. I think Carolina might be the other team. But I thought Carolina got shut out already.
I thought they did.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know how to look that up, but you know, not to get shut out in a season, I don't know if the Blues have ever done that. Right? And especially in an 82-game season, and then you go into the playoffs.
Well, I mean, it took quite some time before the Blues lost by a good deficit. They were keeping every game close at the start, like the first half.
Yeah, they were. I do remember that. Right now, it's simply going to come down to get to your game quickly, and stay with your game. That now everyone is going to go, oh well, that's it all the time. Those are the 3 hardest things to do. Right? They sound so simple. They are the hardest things to do, because here's the thing: get to your game. Well, you know what? Your game could change within the first 4 minutes of the game. It could really change, right? Early. Well, you're trying to do something, and then they do something, and it changes you up. So, you know, how you know, if you're waiting behind and then they change things up, now your game changes, and it's harder to get there, and then stay with it. Well, if you get behind 2 goals on the first 3 shots, kind of hard to stick with a game plan when you're, you know, already. You know, it's like, okay, we're going to start the game, and it's going to start 2-0 Wild. Okay, everybody good with that? Yep. Okay, let's go. Right? So that's what I kind of mean with that, and that's why I think it's one of the hardest things to do. Wow, are you ready for this one?
Absolutely.
Right? Who's your player to watch? Who's your guy to watch tonight?
Of course, Perron. He's second in the league right now for the playoffs and scoring. He's only, or at least last I looked, he only was being beat by Brad Marchand.
Eric Sinek.
No, Eric Sinek isn't beating him.
No. Eric Sinek is my player to watch.
Okay.
Because you have got to shut him down. Right? You shut him down, and that's it. Oh, a new one. That's Part. I don't know who that is. I've never seen them before. Welcome. Michael says DP57. That Part says Kaprizov. So guess what? We have a Wild fan. I love it. Did they change the start time? It says 8:30 or 9:30. It's always been on the 45. They've always pushed it the extra 15 minutes, 7-8 minutes. So it should be getting pushed. I don't know where we're at in the other game. I don't have it on right now. And I don't want to lose this one that I have up. So we'll go with that. Oh, that Part is I'm new. Well, welcome. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and joining me is Ashley Slapshot Jones. This is the Blue Note Fan Report on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are your voice for the Blues games. Well, for hockey. We're your hockey voice. right? Your opinion is just as important as ours, and we welcome you. Hey, guy, how did your fantasy league go? Yeah, don't want to talk about that. I think I ended up in 19th there. Well, actually, I don't know. I was 19th the last I looked. I may have dropped down because once the playoffs started, like we still played, but I don't know if our rankings changed or not. So I don't know. Those two. Well, you can Kaprizov, if he scores, he scores. Right? He did in the last game. He scored. Right? It basically comes down to, okay, no problem. We're gonna close it anyway. So I'll see you.
All
right. And I'm closing too many things, so I don't know what I'm doing. For me, it's simply going to come down to get to your game, get to it quick. Oh, I don't think he is, my friend. And Jeff, I agree with that. I do think they need to score. Or if not score, they need to back off on what they're doing and become defensive. And I don't think that line is very defensive. Well, Tereshchenko is. But if they can keep their mate or their opposite off the board, it would be a huge help. Right? Okay, guys, game's almost on. I'm going to call it now. We'll talk to you at the intermission. This is Guy, the Wide Blues fan, saying aloha mahalo. And we'll see you at the post-game show or the first intermission.